Morning students, in the previous video we had seen about the parameters of your operational amplifier. So in this video we will be seeing about the equivalent circuit of your operational amplifier and how your operational amplifier is going to be used in your open loop configuration. So first we are going to see the equivalent circuit of an op-amp. So in your equivalent circuit of your op-amp, internally you are going to have your resistance, input resistance Ri. So you can see that your input resistance is going to be here. Input resistance is going to be here Ri between the two terminals V1 and V2, where V1 is going to be the non-inverting terminal and V2 is going to be the inverting input terminal there. And the differential voltage that is going to exist between these two terminals is going to be your Vd voltage there. At the output side, I am going to have a Thevenin's voltage source where it is going to be AD into Vd, where AD into Vd is going to be called as a Thevenin's voltage source, and you are going to have a Thevenin's resistance, that is your R0. So the output voltage V0 we can directly take it as AD into Vd. So now V0 is equivalent to AD into Vd. What is Vd? Vd is nothing but, we can write from here. If I am going to apply my KVL equation, see here, if I am going to start from here, this is going to be your V1. So the voltage at here is going to be, this is plus, this is minus. So I can write it as minus Vd minus V2 is equal to 0. So that means that my Vd voltage is equivalent to V1 minus V2. So here I can write your V0 is nothing but AD into Vd. So AD into Vd means your Vd is nothing but V1 minus V2. So I can write V0 is equivalent to AD into V1 minus V2, where AD is nothing but the differential gain of your operational amplifier there. So that is the differential gain of your operational amplifier. So this is the equivalent circuit of your op-amp. Internally it is going to have an input resistance Ri, which is going to be of very high value, and the output side you are going to have a resistance R0, which is going to be of very low value, and a Thevenin's voltage source AD into Vd there. So your ideal voltage transfer curve. So generally we say that your output is going to be either plus VCC or minus VCC. This is the voltage supply what we are going to give. But your transistor will get saturated and we are going to get the output voltage to be a lesser value compared to the power supply voltage what we are going to give. So if I am going to give a VCC voltage of plus 15, then in that case my VSAT value will be plus 13 there. Similarly, if my VE voltage is going to be minus 15, then in that case my output voltage will be minus 15 there. So this is the saturation level. So we call this transfer characteristics curve as an ideal voltage transfer curve, where the slope of this curve is going to have your AD value there, the differential gain. So generally ideal conditions means it will be a straight line like this, but in practical conditions it will not be a straight line, it will be a linear one. It will vary from minus VSAT to plus VSAT and from plus VSAT to minus VSAT. Because of the transistor operation you will be having a linear curve. So we call this curve to be an ideal voltage transfer curve. So why we call it as an ideal voltage transfer curve is your output offset voltage is going to be assumed to be 0 and my input voltage is 0 there. So what we should remember is, if I am going to give an supply voltage, the saturation voltage will be slightly lesser than the supply voltage there. So for plus VCC or plus VSAT is going to be less than plus VCC, and for minus VEE it is going to be greater than your minus VEE, that is minus VSAT. Next is your open loop op-amp configuration. So in your open loop op-amp configuration, there are going to be basically 3 open loop configurations. So what is the basic definition of open loop? Open loop is when no output is going to be fed back to the input, then we call that loop to be operation to be an open loop. So whatever input I am going to give, based on that input my circuit is going to react and I am going to get the output. So here we have basically in your op-amp we have 3 types of open loop op-amp configuration. One is your differential amplifier, the other one is your inverting amplifier, and third one is your non-inverting amplifier there. So first we will see about your differential amplifier. So in a differential amplifier, here I am going to have your circuit here. So in this case, so here I am going to have a circuit, that is here to the non-inverting terminal I am going to have an voltage V in 1 So V in 1 in series with your resistance R in 1. This is your first signal source, and to the other input, to inverting terminal V2, I am going to have a source V in 2 in series with your resistance R in 2. So here if I am going to compare, the input resistance of your operational amplifier is going to be very high. The Ri value which I am going to have here is going to be very high. So since this Ri is going to be of very high value compared to this R in 1 and R in 2, what I can do is I can neglect these resistances R in 1 and R in 2, and I can assume that this V in 1 is going to directly be applied to your V1, and this V in 2 is going to be directly applied to your V2. And now we are going to see what is going to be the output voltage there. So when we know that your V0 is equivalent to the gain of your operational amplifier is going to be A into your VID. So what is VID? So VID is nothing but A into V1 minus V2, the differential voltage there. So what is V1? V1 is nothing but A into, V1 is actually your V in 1. So I can write it as A into V in 1 minus V in 2. So we say that the open loop differential amplifier in which the input signals V in 1 and V in 2 are going to be applied to your positive and your negative input terminals there. So your output voltage will be A into V in 1 minus V in 2. So this is your differential amplifier. So output is nothing but the difference of your input multiplied by the gain of the amplifier. Difference in input is V in 1 minus V in 2. Your next configuration is going to be your, so that is what is explained here. Since your op-amp is going to amplify the difference between the two input signals, this configuration is going to be called as your differential amplifier. So your differential amplifier op-amp can amplify both your AC signal as well as your DC signal there. So the source resistance, as I said, it is going to be very small compared to your input resistance. So as a result we neglect it, and we are going to write a V1 is equal to V in 1 and V2 is equal to V in 2. So V0 is nothing but your AD into V in 1 minus V in 2, where AD is nothing but the open loop gain of your operational amplifier. Next is we are going to see your inverting amplifier. So inverting amplifier, so as usual you know that your output, so in inverting, name itself tells it is your inverting. So inverting means to the inverting terminal I have to give the input signal there. So I am going to give an input signal V in series with your resistance R in there, and the non-inverting terminal I am going to ground it. So when I am going to ground it, now I should see what is going to be my output voltage there. So here we know that your V0 is equivalent to, your V0 value is equivalent to AD into, here in this case V1. So V1 is nothing but your V in 2 minus V in 1. So here you know that your V in 2 is going to be on 0 there. So this voltage if I am going to take it as V in 1, this voltage if I am going to take it as V in 2, I can write AD into V in 2 minus V in 1. So we know that V in 2 is going to be 0. That means V1 is going to be 0. And V2 is going to be V in. So when V2 is going to be V in, I can directly write it as AD into, or in terms of this, if I am going to write AD into, this is V0 is equivalent to AD into V1 minus V2. So V1 is 0 because it is an inverting amplifier, non-inverting terminal is going to be connected to ground, and V2 is going to be your V in voltage there. So we write V0 is equivalent to AD into minus AD into VI or V in. So what does this mean? Your output voltage is going to be inverted with respect to your input voltage multiplied by the gain of your operational amplifier. So suppose I am going to give, for your inverting amplifier, I am going to give a sine waveform like this, where the sine waveform is going to be here time period, and this is going to be a V in. The name itself tells inverting. Inverting means my output is going to be just inverted. So inverted is, it is going to be like this. So that means it is your 180 degree phase shift. I am going to have a 180 degree phase shift with respect to my input waveform, and I am going to get the output waveform there. So this minus sign indicates that my output is going to be 180 degree phase shifted. That is the concept of your inverting amplifier. Next is we are going to go for a non-inverting amplifier. So in a non-inverting amplifier, your input we are going to give it to the non-inverting terminal, and the inverting terminal we are going to ground it. So when I am going to ground it, my output is going to be here. Your expression is going to be V0 is equivalent to AD into, what is the voltage at the non-inverting terminal? That is your V1. The voltage at your inverting terminal is going to be just inverted, so minus V2 here. So what is V1? V1 is nothing but your V in, because your Rn is going to be a negligible factor, because input resistance of your operational amplifier is going to be very high. So I can write AD into V in. Anyway, V2 is going to be 0. So you can see here in this case, your output is nothing but your input voltage multiplied by the gain of your operational amplifier. So here in this case you have a plus sign. That means my output will not be inverted. So the name itself tells. So if I am going to give a sine waveform, this is your time period. This is going to be your V in voltage. My output waveform is going to be just the same as the input waveform. Only the amplitude will be varying there. So this waveform is going to be your output. So this is your time period there. So here we say that your non-inverting terminal amplifier means my output is going to be just amplified by your operational amplifier. I am going to get the output. There is going to be no phase inversion there. So this is about your non-inverting amplifier. So these are the three different configurations of your operational amplifier in open loop configuration. So I don't have any feedback, that is an output should be fed back to the input. If it is fed back only, then we call it as your closed loop gain. In this case, it is an open loop. Whatever input I am going to give, based on this input, I am going to get the output there. So based on this, we will do a problem here. So determine the output voltage in each of the following cases for the open loop differential amplifier. V in 1 is equal to 5 microvolts DC and V in 2 is equal to minus 7 microvolts there. So second condition, the condition specifications are, your A value is going to be around 2 lakhs, Ri is going to be 2 mega ohms, R0 is 75 ohms, VCC is 15 volts, plus or minus 15, plus 15 volts, minus VE is minus 15 volts, and output voltage thing is going to be plus or minus 14 volts there. So we want to find out what is V0. So differential amplifier, the name itself tells differential amplifier. So differential amplifier is nothing but, here we are going to have your V0 is equivalent to AD. So from the voltage only we can find which is your non-inverting terminal voltage. V in 1 minus your V in 2 is negative, that means it is your inverting terminal. So V in 2. So V in 1 minus V in 2. So what is AD value? It is 2 lakhs there. V in is 5 microvolts. V in 2 is going to be minus 7 microvolts. So minus of minus is going to be plus 7 microvolts. So totally 12 microvolts into 2 lakh is going to be approximately 2.4 volts DC. So we can see that the output voltage is going to be within the saturation level, and I will be getting the output to be 2.4 volts DC there. Now the second subdivision will take. V in 1 is equal to 10 millivolts RMS and V in 2 is equal to 20 millivolts RMS there. So we write V0 is equivalent to AD into V in 1 minus V in 2. AD value is going to be 2 lakh, V in 1 is going to be 10 millivolts minus your V in 2 is going to be 20 millivolts. So if I am going to simplify it, my output is going to be minus 2000 volts. So minus 2000 volts means I cannot get, my output of your operational amplifier can be maximum plus or minus 13 volts there. So in that case I cannot get your minus 2000 volts RMS. So my output will be saturated to minus 13 volts. So my op-amp output will be minus 13 volts and it will not be minus 2000 volts there. Okay. So here this is your concept for your open loop differential amplifier. So in the next class we will be seeing about your closed loop amplifier there, your operational amplifier with a negative feedback. Thank you.